Hey everybody, I'm Jessica. This is Jamie.
I'm Jamie.
And today we are traveling from the panhandle of Florida down to Fort Pierce. About an 8-hour drive without stops. We're in the self-driving Tesla loaner, so we're gonna have to stop to charge a couple of times. But we are heading down to look at what potentially will be our 2005 Manta 42 Mark
42,
II
Mark II.
catamaran. So we're very excited to go and see it. We're gonna see it tomorrow morning, so we've got a long drive for today, Sunday. It's 8:30 in the morning, so yeah, we should be there probably this evening. Jimmy said he was having a bad hair day. Show your hat.
Bad hair day.
So he put his hat on. So we're already getting into the meat sticks because we need a little bit of protein. We got these Bloody Mary flavored pork and beef and beef snack sticks from Greer.
It's like easy open, but I think I need a Coke. Oh, there we go. My Coke nail's gonna work good.
There we go. All right, taste test on the beef stick.
You want to cross swords with
Oh,
me?
cheers.
We're gonna cross swords.
Sword fight.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with my way to get up, but they're not bad.
Oh, hang on. There's the okay. There's the Bloody Mary taste. Okay. Wait, that's kind of fire. I taste the okra. This is good. Dude, this guy who was like riding our ass just passed us in the turning lane. Passed like 4 cars in the turning lane.
Six
Six
cars.
cars. And Jamie was saying how people down here are just like aggressive in this part of the country, and I told him it's the beer. It's gotta be the beer.
It is Sunday morning, so I do understand that.
So
Well,
we're gonna want to record the upgrades that we make. Apparently, we're gonna make some upgrades to the cat. It's in pretty good shape, like sale ready shape. But there's a couple of things we want to do, right?
right, so we're going to get something that's got a good solid body. We've never sailed before, so it's even more fun. We picked the Manta 42 because it's a bulletproof hull with a lot of really good amenities, and they just put brand new engines in it, so nothing to worry about for the short term. We both have worked at a shipyard, so we know a little bit about the electronics, which is why I'm excited, because I can put in some real fancy electronics, give it a bit of a brain. But things like a dynamic positioning, so we can do digital anchor and super upgrade the battery packs. We got 20 kilowatt hours of storage, which is unheard of on a catamaran. Upgrade the solar, just do some really cool shit.
So a little background on us. I'm an electrical engineer. He's an electronics engineer. And he's like the savant of the group.
No, I'm the idiot. She's a savant.
No, definitely not. But I mean, he's the inventor. Like he's made so many things throughout his career, and
Right, well, enough about me. It's all about the boat. So we're gonna get a hold of her, look at her, make sure she's in good shape, and we're gonna do some pretty cool stuff with her.
yeah, we're really excited. We're not going to go sail right away. We're going to, bring it back to Pensacola. I think we've
Yes.
been talking about it, so we're probably going to bring it back, and then
Get used to the systems, get used to sailing her, make some of the upgrades. We may not do the electric upgrade for the motors right away. We may hold back on that a little bit.
we need to learn how to use her and maneuver her, and we'll take our friends out on the water,
Right.
practicing with her and everything.
I need to make sure we bring oars because they're gonna put them to work.
Oh yeah.
It's big oars.
Oh yeah, we're not using the motor. We're not using valuable diesel. No, not at $5 for diesel.
$5+ a gallon right now.
Yeah,
it's
our friends are gonna be earning their keep.
Yes. I am so happy we're adventuring together.
Me too.
I'm talking about the people on the screen.
Oh.
Hi.
Oh,
Wait, we got a popo up here.
shit.
Yeah, 10 miles under the speed limit. Got some slow people on the road today. Hazards are recommended.
Yeah.
But in my case, it was back in the day we had horse and buggies, so we usually just dropped out horse poop every 5 minutes. God, I was so excited when they invented dirt.
So we went marina hunting yesterday, and we found a couple of
Found
good.
one.
Yeah, we found one.
So wait, let's talk about the bad ones first.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the first one.
First one was good, but there was no spots available for us.
Nice place for liveaboards if we want to do that. Just a nice general vibe to it. Really relaxed.
Close to a restaurant, like there's a restaurant right across the water. Lively area. I feel like we could make some friendly neighbors there.
Close to work, yeah.
Yeah, close to work for both of us. So it was nice.
The downside is
No space for us.
they could make room for us, but they got to pull up a pylon to do it.
Right, and that had to be approved by the city and all that stuff. So the guy that we talked to was just like, it's probably not going to happen. So we were like, okay, heard. So then we went to this other one that was kind of industrial. They allow liveaboards, but when we got up in there, I was like, I don't want to be in here. Like, honestly, it was
So it's
spooky.
really inexpensive. It's kind of where, but it's a place where the people bring ships, boats to build them and work on them. So it's a little bit industrial. It's really not meant for like a casual place to live. So, you know, that it's a marina that's set for a specific purpose. It's all okay with that. It just wasn't for us.
Yeah. And then,
We tried the private one. There was a private one that was on the way to the industrial one, but it was gated. Would have been a great place to go. It looks like they got a couple of T heads we could have tied off on, but you got to know somebody to invite you in. It's not hard to get in, but we're not ready for that yet.
yeah. So fortunately, we found our cat's home at a good marina, only 25 minutes from the house. So, you know, the trick will be getting her from Fort Pierce to that marina. So, you know, we gotta probably come back, get our insurance handled, get our sailing classes done, and certifications and all that stuff, and then go back down and bring her back. But the marina is relatively low cost, which is good. You know, what else was good about it? It's a beautiful area. It's right next to a big body of water where we can go and sail on the weekends.
It's on the protected bay. It's got a very modernized facility. It's nice stonework everywhere.
Yeah, and there's plenty of room for us. We'll probably end up at the T head of one of the decks, but they actually had room for us. We called and checked. It's a 21-foot wide cat, 42 feet long, and they did say they had a spot for us. So hopefully we can get her back here in enough time to take that spot. Okay, now we're going to talk about my favorite part, which is names. So we have a list of names here that we're considering for the boat. And I'll give you the backstory behind each of the names. So first is Jelly Baby. That is a reference from...
Would you like a jelly baby?
Yes. So that is a reference from the Fourth Doctor and Sarah Jane's first meeting in the episode Robot of classic Doctor Who. We're big fans of those two. Second is Sarah Jane, of course. We love her. Third is The Wanted Man. Now that is after a song that we love called That is after a song called The Wanted Man by this band called the Judy Bats.
Judy Bats.
Highly underrated, and it is my favorite song. He showed it to me.
I'll let you hear it.
Yeah, he gatekeeps. Next is Silent Lucidity, Lucy for short. That is a song by this band called Queensryche.
Queensryche is like my number one favorite band.
Right. And he, of course, showed me that song, and I love it. That's a good song. Next is TARDIS, of course. And Two Tickets to Paradise is the next one.
Which I feels a little cheesy.
Yeah, kind of. But, like, that's kind of like, oh my god, we can't wait to get to Paradise.
What about 2 Tickets to Trinzalore?
What's that?
Oh, okay, never mind. Doctor Who fan. No,
Oh, my bad. My bad. Next is Hanging by a Moment, one of our favorite songs.
I like that one, our favorite song. Yeah.
This song is very special to us, by the band Lifehouse. Next is Avatar themed, Avatar The Last Airbender. So we have Princess Yue, and we also have Waterbender.
I prefer Appa, but you know, she's being all no.
And then lastly, we have Twin Flame. Pretty, you know, clever because it's twin hulls, but also Jamie and I are twin flames. If you don't know what that is, look it up. All right, next we have like a very small starting list of things that we want to bring with us on the boat. So we have like hard plastic plates. That way there's no glass, of course. So we're gonna bring about 6 maybe. A couple sets of silverware.
Are you saying I've got no class?
No, you have no glass. Or class.
Yeah, that's good. I know my place now.
Some books. The cat actually has like 2 cute looking bookshelves. We'll show those in the video later, but we'll have plenty of time to read. I have so many books that I've bought over the years that like I've started, you know, gotten a couple chapters in, put down, and then never picked back up. Not because I don't want to, but you know, it's, I don't know. I can never finish a book. So this will be my time to actually finish a book. So I have plenty to bring. Some Tervis tumblers, because that can keep the drinks cold or hot. That can double as like a mug for coffee or whatever, and it not be breakable. Water jugs, or just plenty of water. I have coffee beans and a grinder. I don't know if we're actually gonna do that.
I think we get the green beans and roast a little bit. It's big fun.
Green beans?
Oh yeah, just green beans.
Then we have sunscreen. I have seasonings on here. Canned goods, can opener, and cooking utensils. So like probably just one of...
One of the things they tell you to do for provisioning is when you bring stuff, leave the cardboard behind because it's the number one place for cockroach eggs. So we'll have to take everything out, put it in plastic. I know we're going the ocean with all the plastic thing. But if you take the cardboard off, you'll have no markings anymore, but then we mark everything with a marker. We're going to bring some dried goods too, which are going to be in sealed jars, sealed containers, not glass jars, but plastic jars, sealed tight so they get the moisture out.
I'm still throwing up at cockroach eggs.
Well, you have to eat them. That's why we're leaving them behind.
All right, next we have a long list of places that we want to visit. So like local-ish / Caribbean. You put the Padre Islands in Texas.
Right, well, South Padre Islands, to get there is a bit of a minefield, apparently, no pun intended. Apparently there's like 10,000 oil rigs across the Gulf and they're not lit. So if we try to do this in any kind of fashion, we've got to dodge this whole thing. I'm going to fact check that, mind you. But with the current cat, which we haven't named yet, she does not have a radar yet, so that's one of the things I want to install. A radar, a LiDAR, close positioning, and some this differential positioning system, dynamic position system. So all that stuff will help us do chart course plotting for autopilot. We still need to be able to do active obstacle avoidance. The cool part about the DPS, let's go off of that for just a second, is that we could actually, if we were going to go snorkeling and diving and we got caught in current, we could actually call the boat to come to us and have a safety cutout so if it gets too close, it will actually shut off so it won't run us over. Cool stuff.
I have no idea how we're going to do that, but he's the genius, so I'm just going to follow him. I'm his young ward. I'm his companion. No, I'm Sarah Jane, and you're my fourth dog.
That's right.
That's right. Okay, so next we have the Bahamas, Key West. I'm going to just kind of go through these kind of quick. Bahamas, Key West, and Turks and Caicos, because why not, South America, we have Belize, Panama, Colombia, Brazil, and Grenada.
Grenada? Who put that in there?
I did. I was just searching around for places, and that place said it was pretty safe to go and pretty and all that stuff.
I didn't put the little microscopic islands on there, but St. Lucia, Aruba,
Yeah.
Curacao, all those are kind of places that people should see. To get to Brazil is not as simple as it sounds. We can't just hug the coast of South America. Apparently, there's a bunch of trade currents we got to worry about. So we need to push east to Africa, let the trade current push us back to Brazil. A little trickier, but it sounds like it could be kind of fun.
Yeah, we're gonna start in places that are easy to get to for sure. Pacific, so we eventually want to go on this Pacific voyage.
I have been to the Pacific a lot, folks, but I've never been there on my own boat.
Yeah. So French Polynesia, Niue, which he's been to.
Niue's nice, yes.
Tonga.
Tonga's really nice.
Samoa. Oh, I don't even know how to say that one.
What?
That one.
Niue at Topatapu, that's part of Tonga. It's on the northern islands, close to American Samoa. So if we were to go to Niue, hop over to Tonga, hop up to Niue at Topatapu, and then we'd hit American Samoa and Samoa. We cut across over there to a place like Nauru. We got over to Vanuatu. I think Vanuatu's, Kiribati is not good, Vanuatu's the other one.
Okay. We have Fiji, Indonesia, Japan, which I've been to.
Japan.
Of course, he's been a bunch of times, but I love Japan. It is like, I left my heart there the first time I went there. Well, first and only time. Korea, Philippines, Alaska, New Zealand. And then Europe, Greece, and Italy so far is what we have on there. So yeah, those are going to be some more advanced voyages that we'll take in the future. But to start, we'll, keep it local. Then eventually venture out once we feel like we're more experienced. But yeah, it's going to be a long time of voyaging. but we're ready in our hearts. Now we just got to get ready skill-wise and hit the road.
Wait, it's an ocean.
So, Jamie, why are we deciding to sail?
Why not?
Real. But you've been researching this for a while, right?
Yes, a very long time. Just before we discovered dirt, I always had the desire to sail. I've traveled a lot over the world, and I want to get back out and explore. But I don't want to do it alone. And Jessica has just joined my family. That's you, yes. So we looked at some options like backpacking, maybe living in a country like Japan for a while. Yeah, a lot of fun area there. But I've always wanted to sail. And the best part about sailing, I mean, obviously there's a lot of expense with it, but the best part about sailing is we can bring our home with us. So we can bring all the amenities, we can bring a pet. Since it is a catamaran, we're going to give it, you know what?
A cat.
Just kidding, it's a good dog. No, it's a big cat.
Okay. So the reason why I want to sail and go on this adventure is because, after last year I had a couple of brushes with death and was very close to it, having lost 2 close family members. So it kind of changed my outlook on life, and it kind of broadened the scope a little bit, where I realized that, the time to live is now, the time to experience life is now, and since I'm lucky enough to have the means to do so with my partner, I want to take advantage of that while I can, because I have the rest of my life to work. Previously, the most important thing was get my degree, get through college, get into the workforce, like clear steps. But I realize life is not as clear as it seems. It's not as simple as that, especially when you're faced with such existential things as death and a renewed outlook on life. So, I have the rest of my life to work, but I have right now the opportunity to experience life and the joys of life and make memories with my partner in an adventurous and fun way. And, my thing is I want to do that. I don't want to look back 40 years from now and be like, I wish I would have done that, and I want to look back and be like, I'm glad I did that, because, you can always recover from, a couple years out, but you can't recover from 40 years of regret.
So the reason why I want to sail is multifold. For one, it's been a lifelong dream. 2, I've been saving my entire life to do something kind of crazy like this. 3, I found a partner to come with me who appreciates the fact this is an adventure, and a really good venture at that. I also, as Jessica mentioned, she had a brush with death. A close family member of mine passed away. I've had issues this last year with possible cancer. So I want to get out and see the world while I still can, while I'm still able. And to me, this is it's like the best way to do it. I've always loved the ocean. I've always loved the set sail, but just never really done it in a way that is close and personal like it will be now. So, as we're traveling, we have to learn how to provision for these long trips. So I'm from Wisconsin, so I love my fresh cheese, curds, and all that. So what we've got is we got the twin hull specifically so we can have a small cow in the other hull.
Yeah, he's gonna take the guest bedroom. Right?
No.
The cow is.
The cow's gonna take the guest bedroom.
Yeah.
And I think the ability to have fresh cow, fresh cheese every day is good. And if she doesn't make milk anymore, we've always got burgers. Busted!
All right, Jamie's getting into the wasabi snacks. Also, he just showed me this, and this is going to be an essential packing material for the boat. The best food ever made. Vienna sausages, specifically Armor brand. If you don't like Vienna sausages, I don't know what to tell you, because these things are fire. These things are gold. So we're at our first stop. We just went into this Burger King bathroom. 4 stalls, 3 of them were out of order. 4 soap dispensers, not one of them had soap in it. and I'm sitting on the only toilet that's not out of order, and I'm like, there ain't a shred of toilet paper in there.
Well,
So I had to waddle out of there with my ass out and grab a paper towel.
so in the men's room, I didn't bother checking the stall because I didn't need to do, the other stuff. But one of the urinals, out of 3, there were 2 that were working. One's for short people, apparently. One's for regular people. The other one was completely full of urine, brown urine. It'd been there for a while, bagged off. This is a top class stop here.
Oh yeah.
I'm loving it.
Oh yeah. All right, y'all, we're gonna call it here. Stay tuned for the tour of the boat. We'll have that up tomorrow. We've still got about 6.5 hours left of our drive, so we're gonna go jam out to music and talk about life, and
She's gonna make a list of things we need to actually inspect on the boat, because that's actually what we need to.
apparently I will do that. So, all right, talk to y'all tomorrow. Bye.